I know because I was talking with you about this. I was complaining about the fact that our air conditioning wasn't working in our office, and you said we don't even have
we don't
air
have
conditioning.
an air conditioner.
You don't, and I felt, as we're sitting here in the studio, studios get very warm, folks, with the lights and all this stuff here. I felt the air conditioning kick on, and I wondered, did that just make you angry right off the bat?
No. You know, I was getting ready to strip off my microphone and walk out the door. No, I mean, I think our buildings, that's a great topic. Michigan State, and I'm sure a lot of large institutions can relate. We have buildings that are old. I mean, we've got the whole spectrum, old buildings, young buildings, et cetera. And how to, you know, create a space that is comfortable, functional, and efficient is a challenge sometimes, especially when you're dealing with the diversity of spaces that we have. But it's a really interesting topic because as we continue to bring more world-class research onto our campus, you know, there are going to be some needs for these spaces. We have to think differently about how we do this. I mean, I think our stat is a little over 10 years, we had 2 million square feet every 10 years. And space and land and energy, these are limited resources. So how do we continue to support our research, teaching, and outreach missions and still provide people what they need without and still be responsible for the resources that we're using? So space is a huge thing. We've actually done a lot in classroom, what we call a classroom and event consolidation, shortening our heating, ventilation, and air conditioning run times, so that before, you know, we're used to walking in and having everything being perfectly situated. It's a perfect 72 degrees in my office, and now we're cutting back those times so it kicks on maybe a little bit later and comes off a little bit earlier. And simply by doing that, we can save about 3% energy for each of our buildings. And so we've done that, and nobody's complained, nobody's noticed. We've also done some things in the consolidation to think about how we're using and scheduling space. So for example, we may have had classes open past 5 o'clock, or classes going on in buildings and making the building open past 5 o'clock. That causes the entire space to be heated and cooled and the building to be open. That didn't really make much sense. So what we would do is think about a building across the street that was already heavily utilized and move the classes across the street to that building. Still has the same technology, still has the same setup, still convenient for the students and for the faculty member, the teaching people who are there. And then that allows us to kind of close down or power down the buildings at night. And we've been able to save quite a bit of energy. One building showed a 20% decrease. So we're really looking at ways that we're using spaces in a much, much smarter way.
Laurie, does a place like MSU need to be kind of a role model to other universities, to other cities?
Oh, no doubt. We need to walk the talk. We're teaching our students these principles in their classroom, so when they get out of the classroom, they need to be able to see it in action. And we've made great strides in the last 5 years doing that. But yes, we also need to be a leader nationally, internationally, so that we're the go-to university when people have questions about these issues. But closest to home, I think we need to be leaders so our students, the minute they hit the ground here, they see the behaviors that we're teaching about in action everywhere they look, where they live, where they go to class, around campus. They need to see those things in action. I like to call that the hidden curriculum. Often those things are more lasting than the stuff that you memorize for a test, but those things that you see on a daily basis, those continual cycling of air conditioning that doesn't need to be cycling, or waste, or water running, those things that students see on a regular basis, those are lasting impressions. So what we want to do is have positive reinforcement. We want to have them see things that they'll just become habitual, and yeah, that's how we need to lead.
And Michigan State is in itself a small city, a community. We've got our own power plant, we've got roadways, we've got, you know, people who live here. So what we do here on campus is really can serve as a model for other universities, but also other cities, other communities across the world, because whatever issues that we're having, they're having too. And if we can find solutions to that and share that with other communities, then they can also address sustainability issues where they are.
Terrific. Well, we are just about out of time. I want to thank my guest, Dr. Laurie Thorp, for being here, and Jennifer Battle with the Office of Campus Sustainability, who does not use air conditioning. In the winter, she has a little campfire, which is kind of fun to watch. So you can always check out her office. I think you have marshmallows and hot dogs and things like that.
All the time.
Anytime.
Fair trade.
Fair trade. Oh, sorry. Wow, this is getting
and tofu hot dog.
Right.
Okay, we're done. We want to let you know, if you want to know know more about all the things we're talking about, you can go to our website, which is at msutoday.msu.edu. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'm Jim Peck, and I'll see you right here next time on MSU Today in Studio.
The preceding program was produced by Michigan State University.